Movies have roots all around the world, but some of the most iconic early films came from the French. More specifically, the Lumiere brothers. These are some of many early filmmakers who were making moving image experiments. In these early movies, they usually depicted something out of everyday life onto film. The film industry quickly grew with the use of special effects and many theater-influenced techniques, with early films such as Voyage to the Moon being a prime example. The 1920s was a golden age for film all around the world. Many early directors and actors came into prominence, such as Charlie Chaplin, who not only directed many silent films but also starred in them. Many new genres were put to film at this time, such as early surrealism in films such as Un Chien Andalou, and some expressionistic horror such as The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. When you think of movies, one of the first things you will think of is Hollywood. Hollywood is a large movie business and an enormous moneymaker. Hollywood has been around since the 1920s and spawned many iconic movies. Some very good and some not so much. The 1950s were another golden age for film, pretty much everywhere except for the United States, specifically in Asia. Some major filmmakers came into prominence at this time, such as Akira Kurosawa, the director of Rashomon, Seven Samurai, and Yojimbo. The 1960s and 1970s were another iconic time for American cinema, with some films being considered the best of all time, such as Lawrence of Arabia, 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Godfather, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Jaws. One very iconic filmmaker at this time was Stanley Kubrick, who made many mainstream movies created and viewed as art. Many thought the majority of his films were strange or insane. It didn't help that he used many unorthodox techniques on his actors. Another famous director around this time was one of my personal favorites, Alfred Hitchcock. He made many memorable pictures that are considered masterpieces, and is often called the master of suspense. He even made Psycho, which pushed the boundaries of movies at that time. The 1980s and 90s are home to many iconic movies. I'm sure you can name a few you've seen. Many of the movies at this time had a faster pace and a wider appeal. Many of these movies are part of our modern pop culture. The modern film industry is very different than it used to be, but many filmmakers still make movies to be art, not just a moneymaker. Some of these filmmakers are Steven Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, and the Coen brothers. Movies may have changed over the years, but the magic of it will always stay the same.